What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 3. Now in today's episode we're going to take down Shadow Man, Magnet Man, and I'm not going to spoil the rest of them, even though I just don't want to say it, unless I have to. Because I never really got this joke. I don't care. We're taking down... Anyway, in the last episode we took down Snake Man, Gemini Man, and Needle Man. So in today's episode we're taking down Shadow Man to start on the next boss front. And here is Breakman. Yeah, I forgot his name in the last episode, that it was Breakman. But that's because it's... never mind. Anyway, that's his strategy in the stage, it's just jumping around. But we'll be seeing him in every stage, because all three stages that we're playing, he appears in each one. And he's there to fight. Now, Shadow Man's stage is pretty easy. You just have to deal with these projectors that if you destroy, it stops the weird space thing. But all it does is affect your view, and in this here, there's no like bottomless pit, so you can just keep running without worry about it. But if you have the right weapons, you can easily take them out. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be taking down Shadow Man, as evidenced by the fact we're in stage Megaman, who is weak to Shadow Man's weapon, and then Hard Man, who is weak to Magnet Man's weapon. Now, in this section, you want to be very careful because you have the death pits and these parachute enemies. Now, and they all take 3 hits to kill, but if you have Juvenile Laser, they only take 1 hit if you don't miss. And I recommend jumping back to the platform you're on so you don't have to deal with them hitting you. And they're easier to take down. Now, Shadow Man's weapon is like the Metal Blade, just different, as you'll see later when I use it. And I don't know why I'm explaining his weapon now, but he's weak to the top spin, which you get from Top Man, which we don't have yet. So Shadow Man's actually fairly difficult. He's not someone I'd recommend you take on first, because he jumps around and he can slide at you, or he can throw his ninja stars. And the pattern, he throws one ahead and then one up, so you can't really jump over it if you're close to him. But he doesn't telegraph the attacks well, so there I thought he was going to slide, he ended up not. And then, like, you gotta have quick reactions, but because you don't know how he's going to, react to your situation. I usually end up preemptively jumping, thinking he's going to slide, and then he throws his ninja stars. And that's what messes me up a lot in this fight, is because I think he's going to do one thing, and then he does something else. But he's not that bad to take down. I recommend taking an energy tank with you, just in case you're not used to dodging, because I should have used one here, but I got lucky enough to take him out first. So yeah, let's start Shadow Man stage. Not too bad. And from Shadow Man, we get the Shadow Blade, which is basically like Magnet Man's weapon. The only difference is that you can only shoot one at a time, and it goes a little ways from Mega Man and then comes back. And we also get Rush Marine. New password. Alright, now on to Magnet Man, who, as I mentioned before, is also weak to Spark Man's weapon. They do the same amount of damage. It takes him down in 4 hits, but since you'll see in the boss fight, but with how the Shadow Blade works versus Spark Shot, it works a lot better. Now, Magnet Man's stage is filled with a lot of gimmicks of like pulling and pushing Mega Man around. And here, there's supposed to be a magnet that'll spawn that's going to the right, but it's supposed to be high up. And I kept trying to get it to spawn, but it didn't want to, so I just kind of gave up on it. And it makes the stage way easier because it just drags you through this whole section, so you don't have to worry about any of the pits or difficult jumping. You just have to shoot. And here is Breakman again, and I don't know why his whistle keeps cutting off. That's honestly very strange to me. But yeah, he just does this strategy of jumping and shooting, and if you're far enough away, he'll just run at you, which you can use to your advantage. And yeah, his fight's not that bad until you get to Hardman stage, where you fight him on a weird platform type deal. You'll see when we get to the stage, but yeah. Now Mega Man stage is not that difficult. Like I said before, you just have to deal with a lot of objects that are pulling you or pushing you away, like these suction magnets that are pulling you in, so it makes it more difficult to like aim your shots, as you gotta take them out quickly if you don't want to get hit. And then for some reason this area. And there are also some batteries that I forgot to point out earlier that had D and W on them, or LW, not DW. But it was for Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, because in this game they're working together, as all the Robot Masters we're trying to take down are holding power crystals that they were mining, and for some reason they're going nuts thanks to Breakman. So that's why we're going after them, because Dr. Light and Dr. Riley are trying to build a peacekeeping robot called Gamma. And they need these crystals for Gamma. So yeah, that's the story. And there's a section that you can go down that ladder to get a couple powers that you've seen, but I didn't think I needed them, so I didn't bother with it. I didn't want to deal with that weird enemy again. See, yeah. Whew. Ugh. Alright, now on to Magnet Man. Now, Magnet Man likes to jump around, and he goes invincible, and also jumps up like that and shoots 3 magnets. And when he does that, he tries to, when he holds his ground and he does that, has the weird 2 lines around him, he's trying to pull you in to give you contact damage. And one way I like to speed up the boss fight is if you just run into him, he stops that attack immediately, and you can hit him again. But Spark Shot only shoots straight ahead. It's basically like one shot of your Mega Buster that freezes enemies. And I prefer to use not the Metal Blades, the Shadow Blade, because it takes him down just as quickly, and you could fire it when he's hiding up at the top. So, it makes more sense. Now, on to Hard Man, because he is weak to Magnet Man's weapon. There's a joke with this boss, but I'm not going to make it. Just because I didn't... And yeah, people might laugh at me, but I honestly didn't get that joke for the longest time. I was like, why is that so funny? But yeah. Please do not put that joke in the comments. I'm not making it here. Ever. Now, this stage... Yeah, I'm going to try and avoid saying it. This stage isn't too bad. It's just got your kind of regular rocky level. Something similar to how Gutsman's stage would be. Because... Well, that was also kind of a mining level, and I also hate this because that Hammer Joe is always... And there was a small glitch there as I kept flashing because I took damage and paused it. And then I tried to escape, but then he kept hitting me because I'm an idiot before I decided maybe I should wait. One thing that I like about the Hammer Joes, though, is whenever you come across them, they're always positioned so that way you'll never... what's the word? You never have to be in their immediate line of fire. You always have to go to face them. Never the other way around, where you're just immediately thrown into a section where you have to fight them. Now these monkeys... I hate these monkeys. These monkeys are bad news. Because how they work is... I gotta stop that. But how they work is they just keep jumping and falling after you. But if you had something like the top spin, they go down in one hit. But, you know, the top spin is fairly useless, so I don't ever really mind using it. And I'm also going to show off a small trick at the end of the game that I'm not going to spoil here, but it does, because it has to do with the final boss that a lot of people don't know. And it's something I would like to show off. And then here's something that they did with the Mets, is they have like these bulldozer things here. And they all take 3 hits to kill, and you want to take the upper path here, because why? You get knee tank. And taking one of those guys down dealing with a Metal is not that bad. Metal. Not that too bad. Now, I have managed, so far, without dying. Even though I died like 4 times in the last... No, was it 4 or 5? I honestly don't remember. But this is where Breakman becomes a problem, is because, now I know how to do this fight, but for some reason I just kept getting hit, because you want to jump over his first bullets and then slide under him. But I'm an idiot that doesn't know how to do that, so I died. So I'll meet you back at the fight with Breakman. Wait, I go back this far? Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Back to Breakman. I may have accidentally said his actual name earlier, see... yeah. I only just realized that, so I might have to cut my audio out there. And I will do that. If I have to just cut out a small section of my audio where I say his name and just be like... just assume that's Breakman. Here in the post-editing... Wait, is it post or... Never mind. I'm just not even going to bother with that because I don't know words. Yeah, I honestly have really... I honestly can't remember the names of those big jumper bots. Seriously. Okay, now on to Hard Man, who just shoots 2 fists, and then he goes and dives to the ground wherever you're standing. And it doesn't matter if you jump, he still freezes you, which doesn't make any sense. You just get frozen in midair. And then we get his weapon, the Hard Knuckle. Now, all you get with the Hard Knuckle is just a slow-moving fist. And it's strong against Top Man, but since that's the third boss of this episode, I will see you guys in the next episode where we take down Sparkman, Top Man, and hopefully figure out what's going on with Breakman. So I will see you guys in the next one. Later.